Hey guys, how are you now? Alright, I got you set up in cab, which took a little bit of effort. I'm not going to touch the damn thing. Different tripod works a little better. Just leave it the way it is. Oh, for crying out loud. Hold on. I got all my harnesses changed out front, and the main power keeps getting filled with snow and losing power. Goes in too easily now. It used to be nice and tight with grease, and it needs a little more grease in there to keep her good. I've lost power like 3 times, and I keep thinking I'm hitting the actual power button on the stick, but I know I'm not touching it. But I figured out what the hell. It's like there's no way I'm losing power because these harnesses are all brand new. But one of them is getting pushed with snow and then falling a little too into a place where it doesn't like to be happy, I guess. Not a big deal. Little electrical dye grease on her. She's good. This lot is so slick. This is such a light snow, which pisses me off because every time I get to get going, I start spinning, and it's just another thing to slow me down. I've been here since 11 o'clock. It's almost 12:30, and I've done the front of the building and the majority of this straight stretch. I have the whole back lot and the back side over here to the right to do still before I'm done. Of course, I may not do the side because, again, want to be out of here at a decent time. So I did an outside on my S10, my Galaxy S10, and I'm on the S7 right now doing this record. That's just straight sliding. I just can't stop. It's slick as hell under here. If you guys are wondering if there's snow tires on this truck, no, there is not. There is road touring tires because I do a lot of hauling too. So I kind of have it set up where I can do it both ways. But in this crap, she's pretty slick. Lots of sliding, lots of spinning. But I've never got this truck stuck. Yeah, sliding. It's just lightly on the brake and I still slide. Spinning. I'll remember to put the wipers on as much as I can, guys. It's light, so it's flying everywhere. Did a cold start yesterday, threw it up on online. It's the first cold start I've ever done in this truck. Out of all the videos I do with this truck, that was the first cold start. Of course, this thing always starts when it's cold. So I try to get most of this line from this stretch out of the way because I got to do this side area too, and I have to pull it all back into the same area. That's just kind of how I work. All the majority of the snow has to come back here. Of course, I got little side areas, and if you guys noticed, we actually moved all those cars out of that service area this time around, which is pretty good. And this whole back lot is actually cleared right out too. But it's to the left of me here around this building that there's not a whole lot there, but it's still time consuming as hell. Just because this is actually 25 centimeters, if I didn't say already, of light snow. And it is very time consuming. almost like the last video I did with the sleet. It just, so light, it just goes everywhere. So now that I got the majority of that stretch done, I can start in this area because I have no more snow lying past here, except for a little bit of shit that fell off the plow. One spot, the only spot I gotta plow. It's pretty good. Usually that's filled with cars down there. If you guys hadn't noticed, my dash is kind of ripped apart. If you haven't seen it already, I'm not moving the camera to show you now, but it's probably on a few of the other videos where I'm talking. Yes, I had to rip all the dash out of this, and it was so brittle. The speaker covers, or sorry, the tweeter covers and all the vent covers, basically once they took the plastic out of it, it all just was so sunburnt and faded, basically used. I don't really know the term I'm looking for here. Sun rotted, sun dried. It just turned to a crisp and disintegrated when it was pulled out. So I got one part of the grill where the vent is on the defrost, and that was it. And that's the whole reason that was all torn apart. The whole front of the truck was torn apart because the defrost was not working. And when you were plowing, you need defrost. So it's the only thing that never went back. So if you're wondering what is rattling, it is just that those holes where there should be vents and speakers in the dash. I'm in 720 60 frames per second rather than 1080 60 frames per second. So hopefully it's decently clear. I just did it that way so I could get a longer video in one shot. Alright, now that my line's here, I can start pulling this crap out. I had to get in the back door, so I had to push a line because I wore my running shoes over instead of my boots, not realizing there was a lot. Yeah, there's some drift back here too. And that's why, because as soon as I got here, I'm like, oh shit, there's drift. This is gonna get evil. So yeah, if you're wondering why there's so much spinning, it's because there is no snow tires on this truck. But there's some good Toyos. Back dragging is where I spend the majority of the time until I get a good spot back there I can drive into anyway. I gotta get some of this snow out of the way because I'm gonna hang myself up here if I continue to try going through that. Camera's still good, decent, good enough for me, man. I'm not touching it. Like I said, I used a different tripod this time around, so same tripod, just notice stupidly built. And these ones have the rubber feet instead of the foam ones. Foam ones twist and they loosen off. Rubber ones seem to grip, so that's what I went with, and it's holding better than the last one I used. face those containers a lot in my videos, eh? Freaking ice. Slide into everything. Haven't hit anything yet. If I hit a container, I'm not worried about a container. Yeah, this would go a little quicker with no tires. Spinning ain't winning. Slippery after I plow, especially. Of course, it's been bitter cold the last few days too, so everything that was on the ground prior to this is pretty much iced over. God, there's no way I'm gonna get out of here in an hour and a half. Oh, Jesus Christ. Gotta turn some of the heat up here, boys. It's getting hot. Who put that piece of shit there? Should be in the wrecking lot by the look of it. Don't know what's in this area back here, so I try not to go further than I think I should trust myself. wondering why that blade isn't so gentle when I turn it into a snow line. Because the blade's just fucking old and she's worn. I just put money into the important things. A little bit of play isn't that big of a deal. I've seen worse. It's a hell of a lot more stable than it was 2 weeks ago, I'll tell you that. Alright, I'm gonna take this side down first because it's got more past the building than on the other side. Yeah, that rattle is damn annoying. It drives me nuts. It's the dash alone. There we go. Oh, that can help. Lots of ice back here. I put a beanbag on the dash, it stopped it from rattling. Now it's rattling somewhere else, for fuck's sakes. I know with it. It's in my view anyway. Last thing I need is to frickin' not see a car. Look at that trap. I didn't even realize how hard it is snowing again. What the hell? Let the girl cool down for a sec. Sorry guys, gotta sit here for a sec and let her cool down rather than blasting the heat because it gets too hot in here. We'll let the fan cool her down for a sec. No, that wasn't a beer you just heard open. It is a Diet Coke. Oh, I'm not lying. Some rum wouldn't be bad in it right now. I don't want to stop for too much because I told myself I want to be out of here by 2. Last weekend I was here till 3:30 for Christ's sakes. I didn't get home. I didn't open my first drink till 4. Actually, I gotta text my buddy, see what he's doing here.